वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Yeah, thank you all.
Hari Om, Uncle.
Hari Om, Hari Om. Shanti Ji, Hari Om, Narayana.
Hari Om.
We have what do we lack? We have Shanti, we have Harsha. Harsha means happiness. Right? All because there is a Lalita guarding us. Narayana. Okay. See, many of you don't need the introduction, but one or two, even if they are new, they need it. Number one. Number two, when I talk, I should not take things for granted. I have to start the way in which I have to start. So don't get fed up because I start the same way. Right? Okay. Several people do several things. To earn money also, there are several ways. Even in honest ways, there are several ways. Even in honest ways. And there are dishonest ways. Why do they earn money? For gaining certain comforts through which they feel they can be happy. Some people are earning money for happiness. Some people have thrown away money for happiness. Pattinattar, historical, 400 years back. 9 crore rupees in those days. 400 years back, 9 crore rupees. For you to know how the money's value goes up, 30 years back, a ground in Anna Nagar was 5,000. That is the way. That being the case, 400 years back, 9 crore rupees may be the entire GDP of India. That man, physical money, jewelry was there. He left it, he didn't even throw because he had no connection, he had left it. Manager came running and asked, what do I do with all this? He says, throw it on the road. And he did it. For his happiness, he threw it on the road. Buddha left everything. Not only he left everything, his son, his brother, everybody followed him. For happiness. Mahapariva sleeps in the veranda, almost on the floor. Kings, queens, Greece queen used to always stay there as a disciple. Queen of Greece. Kings, queens come and bow down to his feet. Right? Therefore, firstly, to think money can give happiness is debatable, even if it gives. Even if it gives. How many people were not killed for money? How many people are not killed for money? Okay, why be negative? Even if it gives positive. Positive. What I did with money when I was 20 years back was different from what I did with the same money in my 40th year. Harsha was laughing when I was saying my email, hemachandrudu40@gmail.com. She was saying, why this man cuts his age off? No, that is 1940 date of birth. Okay. So at 40, what I did, that money was different. At 60, what I did was different. At 80, I specialized in losing. Today also, my brother is here. I begged him for some money. Why? He would have given me happily if it is for my use. He knows it is for losing. Right? So, anything in the world, I have decided this particular class, go very slow. I will explain everything slowly. I do not mind how many classes it will take. This particular class, I have decided to go in detail. Because if they hear one class, that is enough. So, this money also was used at different periods for different things. For some, it gave happiness. For some, it gave sorrow. For some, it had no value. When we talk about money, it applies to all possessions. Property, people. Only when you don't have, you will know the happiness. So many people said, why are you getting married? They said, happiness is not the only goal of life. Only when you don't marry, you know how happy you can be. Right? Too late. So all things are like this. Need not be pessimistic. Let it have some happiness. Need not be very negative. Let us say it has some happiness. But is it permanent? Number one. Number two, can it give you the same happiness at different ages? Number three, you have everything, but you can't enjoy, no faculties. In the very first month of this COVID, the richest lady in Sweden said, we are the richest here, we can buy what we want. But I could not buy 1.5 ounces of air for my father and he died. With the money we had, we can buy anything. But I couldn't buy 1.5 ounce air and my father died. What will you do with your money? What will you do with your money? The person who doesn't have money has only one problem to get money for eating. The person who has money, all problems are because of money. Artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tata shuka lesa satyam putradapi dhanadvajam bhitihi sarvatra yesha vihita riti. So again, I would like to remind all of you, money means it's not money alone. Anything material. It has no foolproof system of giving you happiness. Even if it gives, it is temporary. You got happiness. How did you get the happiness? You got something. Through that, you got happiness. You got something from somewhere. That means you didn't have it. What you got can't remain there itself. It has to move. Today at my house, They gave me beautiful dinner. Fantastic dinner. I loved it. They got it from somewhere. Right? Ordered specially for me. And what happens? I overeat. Then what will happen? In the night, I can't sleep. Then what will happen? Next day morning, because 82, overeating and all rich food, I will soon. And I will literally kick the bucket in my bathroom. I did it once or twice. Because when I fall, I kick the bucket. It is opposite to me. So this is the nature of experiences. You may say, why is this man unnecessarily wasting our time? We all know this. We give lecture on this. You may give lecture on this. It may be limited, but has it soaked into you fully? That is why I am taking my time. Are you still not dependent on anything external to happen for your happiness? You are still waiting for something to happen so that you can be happy. You are still waiting for something to happen so that you can be happy. You see, I told you, this class I am going to take my time. I told you, you are waiting for something to happen. What does it mean? You are waiting that to come nearer you in time. So time comes nearer you. Time comes nearer you. What is happening? You are moving towards death. What are you doing? Waiting for something to happen for happiness, but you are moving towards death. Happiness is God. God is immortal. You want him, but you are in that process moving towards death because what you want is in time. Anything in time, connected with time. See, before me are three veterans. Therefore, I am even more motivated to give you a lot of fundamentals because you are all teachers. Anything that happens in time is the mind. Remove time from the mind, you see whether the mind is there. Remove time from your mind and see whether there is mind at all. There is no mind. Time is mind. What is mind? Perception. No perception can be real. No perception can be real. That's why it's a perception. If it is a perception, it sees something to be something else. Time is mind, mind is perception, therefore it is not real. Therefore, what you see is apparent and qualified. Qualified is called guna. Qualified is called guna. So time, apparent, qualified, not real. This is called maya. Time is mind, mind is maya. All the three talk about something that is not there. Time is mind, mind is maya. Give me only one problem which is not connected with time, not connected with mind, and mind is ego also. Not connected with ego. Because ego is what? Time. Oh, who are you? Hemachandru, what? My name given to me, misappropriated food for 80 years, right? And this is what I want to be. At 82, I want to be a billionaire. Why? Till now, I didn't get married. I have a hope. If I get billion, I may get married. Why do you want it? So that I can spoil somebody's life. Okay. So this past, future is time. Past, future is mind. Past, future is ego. Past, future is Maya. Past, future is Maya. What is our life? All the time connected with time, connected with mind, connected with ego. Therefore, what is our life? All the time living with ghost. There is no truth. See, I am seeing here 3 teachers. Let this soak into you. Our life is what we are seeing, which is not real. Therefore, either our problems or joys or sorrows are entirely our imagination. I am prepared to wait till you contradict me. Right? All our problems, all our joys are a projection of the mind, not true. You have sorrow because you have a value for something as a joy, and that itself is imaginary. That itself is imaginary. Therefore, what do? Go on. What else to do? I can't help it. I live as best as I can. I can't help it. I live as best as I can. I'll try to correct things and live, and one day everybody has to go. I will also go. What is there so big about it? Why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting my time? I live. I try to do my best. I adjust. And one day everybody has to live. I will also live. Why do you want me to imagine so many things? Why do you want to imagine so many things? Sir, I don't want you to imagine all negative things. I want to tell you there is a beautiful life which you are missing. Therefore, I am asking this question. Sir, I am not trying to brainwash you and take you away from the life you are enjoying. I want to tell you, sir, there is something greater, beautiful you are missing. So people who say, it's okay, let it be so, we'll do our best, and one day we have to leave. They are called adopters. The one who revolts and inquires is called an evolver. The one who revolts and inquires, is this all life can give me? Is this all life can give me? He cannot accept it. His common sense doesn't allow, because the whole thing is a cosmic plan. Therefore, there is a cosmic intelligence. He cannot create such a useless world. He cannot create such a useless world. Therefore, he seeks an answer. He searches for an answer. And he finds a lot of people who are happy. Not lot, at least he knows a few people who are very happy. In spite of all problems. There was a lady who was working even at 70, slogging, a spinster. Somebody asked her, why are you struggling? Oh, to maintain this house is not so easy. So much furniture, so many things, not so easy. I have to make money. She is losing her life to maintain furniture and all that. Another lady, her whole furniture, everything was taken away by court auctioneers. She started dancing. Somebody asked, why are you dancing? Oh, from tomorrow I am free. From tomorrow I am free. Therefore, before you concede, you have to inquire. Before you concede, you have to inquire. And somebody saw somebody happy and he went and asked him, sir, we have everything, but we are all the time agitated. Fear, sir, more than sorrow, sir. Sorrow at least sometimes comes and goes, sir. But this fear I am not able to get away, sir. This fear is there 24 hours, sir. How are you, sir? Happy? You are relaxed? He asks. He says, I do not think about unreal things. Imagine, I live with truth, beauty. Truth is beauty, truth is bliss, truth is happiness. I live with that. You live with sorrow. And what else will you get without sorrow? You live with that which is mortal. What else will you get? Anything with that which is not mortal. You live with things that are finite. What else will you get? You live with comparisons. What else will you get? You live what will others think. What else will you get? You take the job of God to protect your family, to protect the society, to protect everybody. And you are too small. What else will you get? And the man answers, I live with beauty, Sundaram, Satyam, Shivam. I am happy. What is that, sir? Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, beauty. Before I answer that, the teacher says, you can't blame me for going so slow. I have warned you all. This particular class, I will go only like this. I do not mind when it finishes. Even if it doesn't finish, it doesn't matter. One class is enough. So, the teacher asks this man, before I answer you, what is Satyam, what is Shivam, what is Sundaram? You were all the time depending upon for your happiness on experiences that happen in time. Therefore, they come, they go. Your happiness cannot be steady. Your happiness cannot be steady. They come and go. Agama, apayanaha, anityaha. They come and go. How can you be happy? What is the solution, sir? It should not come and go. Is there anything that cannot come and go, sir? What about you, my dear child? The teacher is asking, do you come and go? You come and go only for a Zoom class. But you yourself do not come and go for yourself. Every experience, including happiness, is a transaction between a subject and an object. You are depending for your happiness on objective world, objects, objective experiences. They have to come and go. All objects have to come and go. If they go, don't go, problem. I told you I had a beautiful dinner. Tomorrow morning it doesn't go. You have to call a doctor. This class we are enjoying, if it doesn't go in the next 30 minutes, again a problem. Every experience has to come and go, which depends on objects. Therefore, your happiness also comes and goes. Is there any other way? What about the subject, sir? I am a personification of sorrow. What do you mean, sir? You are a personification of sorrow. Sir, my body has several problems. Sir, your body, sir, that's an object, sir. No, sir, I have several emotional problems. Sir, that is your mind, sir. That's an object, sir. I have confusions. Sir, that's your intellect, sir. That's an object, sir. Who are you, sir? The subject. Are there any problems in the subject, sir? Does it come and go, sir? No. Objects come and go. Objects are finite. Objects have joys and sorrows. Subject doesn't come and go. Subject is immortal. And subject has no problems as experienced in sleep when this mind goes dormant. When the mind goes dormant, which projects the world, the subject experiences himself as absolute bliss. That is you, sir. Sir, please tell me again. Yeah, I will now quote Upanishad. He says, you love something that gives you happiness. Do you love something that doesn't give you happiness? No, sir. I always love something that gives me happiness. Are you happy when there are things around you which you don't love? No, sir. What I love gives me happiness. Only when things that give me happiness, I love. So these two, love and happiness, can never be separated. They are the same. Love and happiness. Okay, sir. Then what you should do is, because you want infinite happiness, you see something that which you love most. No, sir, I love my family, sir. Oh, family gives you happiness. Okay. Your family gives you happiness. Okay. What happens if some of them misbehave with you? Can it give you happiness? Either you throw them out or you go out. I am waiting for COVID to go. After that, I want to go for Taittiriya. Why? Because people are suffering because of me. Right? And Gurudev told me, some people bring happiness whenever they come. Some people bring happiness whenever they go, wherever they go. Right? So I thought if I cannot give happiness to somebody, I can at least not give them sorrow. So this comes and goes, all your body, your mind, your intellect, your external things. You don't come and go. And you are happy when this mind is not there in sleep. So therefore, what you are seeking should not come and go, should be happy without depending on anything else external, should be permanently happy. That is only you, because you love yourself most. You love world because it gives you happiness. You love family because it gives you happiness. You love husband because he gives you happiness. You love wife because she gives you happiness. You love your children because they give you happiness. You love money, they give you happiness. You love everything because they give you happiness. According to our logic, what gives happiness you love, and what you love is happiness. If you love yourself most, you are the total happiness. Logic and Shruti, Anubhava, sleep. Yukti, all that I said. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. Right? This has been the theme of the entire Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Sanskrit words, most of you are teachers, that's okay. Even some people who doesn't know, let them fall into your ears, because that will work. Na patyuh kamaya patih priyam bhavati, atmanastu kamaya patih priyam bhavati. Not for the sake of husband is dear. The whole story is like this. That also I have to tell you. Yajnavalkya, the author of Taittiriya Upanishad, the hero of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, author of Taittiriya Upanishad, wants to leave the house and go for Vanaprastha ashram or Sannyasa ashram. He calls, in those days, your status is decided, including God's. The number of wives you have. Minimum you should have 2. If you have to be a god or a rishi or a king. Yajnavalkya also had 2. Katyayani and Maitreyi. He called both of them, divided the property and gave. Katyayani said, good, happy, bye. And even before he left, she went to shopping. Even before he left, she said bye and left to shopping. Maitreyi asked a pertinent question. Yennu ma ayam bhargo, these Aishwaryas what you gave, sarvaha, pruthivi, this land and earth, vittena purna syat, all the world Aishwarya is filled with, fills the entire earth, and that is given to me. If all the Aishwarya fills the entire earth, Sarva Prithvi Vittena Purna Syat. Sarva Prithvi Vittena Purna Syat. The entire earth is filled with wealth. Khatam Tena Amritam Syat. How does it become immortal with that? She is asking Yajnavalkya. And Yajnavalkya says, Amritatvasya na asha asti vittena. There is no hope of immortality through wealth. There is no hope of immortality through wealth. Then she asks him, Yena aham na amritam syam, by which I do not become immortal, kim aham tena kuryam. What do I do with that? You are giving me useless things and say bye. You are my husband. The word husband means Bharya, Bharta, both means the same. One who supports is called a Bharya or Bharta. How do you leave me in ditch and go? Then he starts this story for her. He gives this logic. You are that happiness, not Vitta. Na patyukamaya pati priyam bhavati. Husband doesn't become dear for the sake of husband. Atmanastu kamaya pati priyam bhavati. For the sake of the self, the husband becomes dear. Na vittasya, na jayaya kamaya jaya priyam bhavati. Not for the sake of wife becomes dear. Atmanastu kamaya jaya priyam bhavati. For the sake of yourself, wife becomes dear. Na putranam kamaya putra priya bhavanti. Not for the sake of children are dear. Atmanastu kamaya putra priya bhavanti. Children become dear for the sake of the Atman. Na vittasya kamaya vittam purnam bhavati. Not for the sake of money is dear. Money is dear because Atmanastu kamaya, for your sake, it helps you. Right? Na sarvasya, a lot of things are there, I am cutting short. Na sarvasya kamaya sarva priyam bhavanti. Not for the sake of all, everything becomes dear. Atmanastu kamaya sarva priyam bhavanti. It for the sake of this Atman, everything becomes dear. So it is this Atman, yourself, that is immortal, that is blissful. This is the subject. Know yourself. Atmave areva drashtavyaha. You should see that. For that, srotavyaha. You should listen about that. Mantavyaha. You should reflect on that. Nididhyasitavyaha. You should meditate on that. Okay, sir. Okay. I understand. But now tell me, I have heard you. How do I reflect? How do I meditate? How do I know that? Says Yajnavalkya talks about Panchadashi. Panchadashi is 400 years. Yajnavalkya was, we do not know the time. But we have to quote Panchadashi to know how, whether you know the Atman or you do not know. He says, Abhane na parama prema. If you do not know, you won't have that much love for your Atman, because everything you are doing only for the Atman. You won't do something for something what you don't know. Abhane na parama prema. You won't have this much love. Bhane sati na vishaye spruha. If you know it, you won't have attachment to the objects. Abhane na parama prema. If you don't know the Atman, you don't have this much love. Bhane sati. If you know the Atman, you will not have attachment to the objects. Vishaye spruha. Then what is it? Bhanapi abhatyasau. Even if it is known, it is as though it is not known. How? Putra vargeshu madhyeshu putra dhyena shabdavat. In the class, when 40 children are chanting Gita, your child you went to pick up, you do hear your child's voice, but not clear. You cannot say you don't hear your child's voice. Not clear. Why? Mixed up with 40 voices. When will you hear your child's voice? When 39 keep quiet. So this Atman, you can't say you don't know because you love it. You can't say you know it, then you won't be attached to the world. Then what? Though known, Though known, as good as not known. Why? 39 billion voices are there in you. 39 billion voices are there in you. Put them down. Put them down. How? Upasana. Start with Upasana. Jnana, I have given you. You are the source. And I told you, detach from the mind, you will be happy. You cannot do it because you are attached so much to the world. Therefore, first learn the art of detachment. I told you, you are the source of happiness. And I also told you, detach from the mind as in sleep, you will be happy. But you cannot do it because you are too attached. So now what to do? First training is how to detach. That is done through Upasana, a training in detachment. Upasana is a training in detachment. What is the world perception when you say? You have superimposed some thought on an object. You have superimposed some thought on an object. Gurudev's famous example. Husband, wife, and children go through the bazaar. Husband sees a suit and he gets thrilled. Why? He has superimposed beauty and happiness on that suit. Wife and children are sannyasis. Asangoham, suit, they have no interest. Wife goes, sees sari. Husband says sorry. Right? They are all sannyasis, other three. Every place, one has a value, has happiness to one. The other three are sannyasis. Therefore, the world that you see is a superimposition of your mind on their object. The world that you see is a superimposition of a particular value on that object. Now, what do? See the truth. Remove all superimposition. How? Isha Vasya Medagam Sarvam Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagat. See the same God everywhere. How do I do it? Remove all names and forms and see what remains. Everything is a Vastu plus a name and form. Vastu is Sachidananda plus a name and form. Remove the name and form and see the thing. Remove the name and form, earring, chain and bangle. What remains is gold. Remove the name and the form, wave and bubble. What remains is water. Remove all the objective world, body, mind, intellect. What remains is the consciousness, existence. That's you. So this has to be done. Very difficult, sir. You yourself know, sir, when the people give you names for the class, 55 people give. First class, 26 come. Next class, 19, 18, 19 come. Next class, your favorite number, 9 will come. After that, your permanent number 6 will stay. In that, you have to be their speaker. Harsha has to be there to manage. 4 others will be there. Why? They don't want to hurt you. So difficult, sir. Difficult, sir. Therefore, difficult but has to be done. What you do, Slowly start training. Somewhere you have to start. A 1,000-mile walk has to start with the first step. So start Upasana. What is Upasana? You are superimposing some false thing on truth. Now, on this untruth, you superimpose truth. On this untruth, you superimpose truth. How, sir? Slowly start the practice. Same clay, which is in our head and also outside. With that clay, they make Krishna, they make Rama, they make Lakshman, they make Hanumanji, they make Sitamma, they make Radha, same clay. You brought it and kept at home. After that, will you see the clay in that? Will you see the clay in that? Will you see one thing to be the other? For you it is Rama, for you it is Sita, for you it is Lakshmana. What happened now? On the clay I superimposed Rama, Lakshmana, Sita. This is called Upasana. Superimposition of a higher ideal on a finite object. Nikrusta vastuni utkrusta darshanam. Nikrusta vastuni, in a finite small object. Utkrusta, high ideal, darshanam. This is called Upasana. These Upasanas are different. Like I said, Rama, Krishna and all that. But in Vedic times, they had Vedic mantras, Pranavo Danuhu, Shiro Hyatma, Brahma Tallaksham Uchyate. Bow is the Omkara. The ego is the arrow. Target is Brahma. Connect the ego to Omkara. Leave it. Let it merge with Brahman. Tanmayo bhavet. It should become that. This is Upasana. Lower Arane, Uttara Arane. Two Aranes. You know what they use in the yajna to bring fire. The lower Arane is you. Higher Arane is Pranava. In between, you churn the rod, your intellect. Put a cotton with an Upanishad mantra. Churn it. Fire will come, knowledge. It will burn all your ignorance. These are the Upasanas. And there again, because they are tense in the Upanishad, they used to start Upasana. Fire is God. Vayu is God. Surya is God. Chandra is God. That is how they used to start. But even that is okay at a certain age. But Taittiriya Upanishad starts for students in the Gurukula. And they are going to stay there for 11 years, 12 years. Therefore, teacher is not in a hurry. He is not in a hurry. So he gives them upasanas where they are very familiar with. Think for 1 year, 2 years, doesn't matter. You are going to be here for 12 years. And slowly he takes them with him, upasana by upasana. In between he throws statements because they should get some interest, God, because God is Ananda, immortal. That's what they want. So during the upasana himself, he is impatient. He throws some mantras talking about God, talking about Ananda, etc. Taittiriya Upanishad has got its own style. It doesn't continue the subject. Suddenly he will bring something else. Because psychology, all the time talk about the same grammar. Tanmatras, Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna, They will go to sleep. In between, say, connect it to Satchidananda. Somehow, whether there is need or not, connect it so that they wake up. So, these various upasanas have been given in Taittiriya Upanishad. Now, before I close, let me talk a little about Taittiriya Upanishad. We know that an experience gives you happiness. An experience as an object and a subject. The science that talks about the object is called Bhautika Shastra, Bhau, that which has come into being. Bhautika Shastra about the bhutas. Bhutas means elements, connected with the elements. And that is objective science. There, you need that for your transactional life. Therefore, the results are progressive. Abhyudaya phala. Bhautika Shastra, Abhyudaya phala. It needs work, karma. It needs karma. Results are finite. About the subject, it is about you, Adhyatma Shastra, Brahma Vidya. It needs only to be known. Jnanena tu kaivalyam. You have the knowledge also. Through the 39 voices, Tyagena Ekena Amritatva Manushuhu, renouncing all the other disturbances. Renouncing all other disturbances. Tyagena Ekena Amritatva Manushuhu. Right? So, these two sciences, Adhyatma science, gives you Nishreyasa phala, permanent. Abhyudaya gives you finite results. Infinite results, Nishreyasa phala, Adhyatma. Finite results, objective world, Abhyudaya phala. Abhyudaya phala, effort, Nishreyasa phala, knowledge. Since knowledge, same knowledge, different people get different way, the instrument has to be tuned properly. A long journey, you have to check up all parameters of the car. Instrument has to be tuned properly. This tuning is Upasana. The first chapter of the Taittiriya. Second chapter talks about the Brahmananda in its own way. Second and third chapter this Upanishad only systematically deals with the 5 elements. The 5 elements. Pancha Kosha Viveka. Very systematically does. There are 2 ways of knowing God. One, from top to bottom. Start with God. Then you say Maya. Then you say Triguna. Then you say Tanmatras. Come down. One way. Other way, start with Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha, Brahman. These are 2 accepted ways in the logic itself. Right? In logic itself, both are accepted. Second chapter starting from different kosas. That is only giving you information. In the third chapter, he makes you meditate on the very theme. He gives you a statement. Yato va imani bhutana jayanti yena jatana jivanti, from which everything comes up and which everything stays, into which everything goes. The student goes and meditates. Teacher doesn't give the answer. Tap. So go and do tapas. Go and do tapas. Through tapas you will learn. So he goes, yes, everything comes from food. Everything stays in food. So food is Brahman. But he is not convinced because it's finite. So he goes to teacher. Teacher says, go again do tapas. Then prana, then mana, then Vijnana, then Anandamaya, then Ananda. Like that he discovers. So the first chapter is Upasana, second chapter is Brahmananda. It's called Brahmananda Valli, but starts with Panchakosha Viveka. The last chapter is to know this Ananda through meditation on the Panchakosha Viveka. These three are called three Vallis. Valli is a creeper. A creeper that goes around a post. Post is Veda or Upanishad or Brahman. Valli is the particular thought that goes. Siksha Valli, Brahmananda Valli, and then Bhrigu Valli. Last. And Bhautika Shastras are called physics, chemistry, and all that. Adhyatmika Shastra is called Upanishads or the Vedas. Upanishads means sitting down below, Upa, near, Ni, below, Shad, sitting. That is keeping your intellect ready to receive the knowledge from the teacher, higher to the lower. Attitude of submissiveness. And then also Upanishad, Upa, near, Ni, definitely, Shad, Gati, Visarana, Avasadana, that which takes you to the goal. Visarana, that which loosens your attachments. Avasadana, that which destroys your ignorance. Upanishad. These Upanishads are 1,000, out of them 200 are available, out of them 108 have been found to be authentic in the Muktiko Upanishad. Out of them, 11 have been considered major because all the three Acharyas have commented on them. The minor Upanishads are not so minor in their content, but because the Acharyas have, they are called major because all the topics which will come other places have been dealt here. Right? So Taittiriya Upanishad is one of them, third largest. And every Upanishad has a Shanti part. This Upanishad also has a Shanti part. Shanti part is to bring in, even in the exam, children have been told, 1 minute, close your eyes, pray and do. It is not God does something for you. By that prayer, that 1 minute when you sit in the exam, you collect your mind to focus. You collect your mind which is going in different directions to focus on this thing. Same thing, to invoke that power in you, that concentration in you, that God in you, to ward off all the obstacles, unknown, Daiva, known, external, then Adhyatmika, from yourself, to ward off these three obstacles. Invoke the God. Harmony between the world and you and God. Harmony between the teacher and you. Harmony between the body, mind, intellect. All these are done through the Shanti Pat. Right? So the Shanti Pat in Taittiriya Upanishad is Shanno Mitrasham Varunaha Sanno Bhavat Varyamam Sanna Indro Bruhaspatihi Sanno Vishnu Rurukramaha Namo Brahmane Namaste Vayo Tumeva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tumeva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Rutam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmam Avatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Next Monday, we don't do all this introduction is over. Next Monday, straight away, I start with the Shanti part. Sanno Mitra Shamurla. The introduction, it was exhaustively done, it's over. You have doubts, hear it again and again. But I am not going to start. I am going to start with Sanno Mitra, next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you very much. God bless you all.